welcome back to my top 25 SNES games of all time. This week, we go through numbers 20 through 16, but first, let's do a recap from last week's countdown. Before we get to the countdown, let's get to this week's honorable mention. Cool Spot. Cool Spot is a platformer made by Virgin Games. It stars Spot.
Who is Spot?
Don't worry, little boy. I'll tell you about Spot. Spot was a mascot introduced by 7-Up in 1987. He was formed from the little red spot in the 7-Up logo. See? That spot right there. Spot quickly became a popular mascot, represented on all kinds of licensed items and commercials, including the video game Cool Spot and a couple other games. Released in 1993, the game allows you to jump and attack by throwing bubbles in any direction. The goal of each level is to free other spots who have been captured. You can free the spots by collecting little red spots. If you collect enough spots, you get a bonus stage after defeating a level. You'd never think you'd have so much fun controlling a soda company mascot, but Cool Spot's a good time. While it has its issues and it isn't the smoothest platformer you've ever played, this is another game I've rented as a child and had a great time playing. It's not top 25 worthy, but it's worth an honorable mention. Number 20. Tetris and Dr. Mario. Do you like Tetris? What about Dr. Mario? Well, on the SNES in 1994, those two worlds met and it was glorious. You could play classic Tetris in A or B mode, or a remade version of Dr. Mario. Or if you want to do all three, there's a mode called Mix Match, where you race through all three modes. I constantly played this game with my older sister as a young child. The variety is outstanding, and I remember playing on hard mode trying to destroy my high scores. While neither Tetris nor Dr. Mario were new concepts, this compilation puts enough twists on the formula to make it new, and that's why it's my number 20 game. Number 19. F-Zero. It's the year 2560. Intergalactic trade has made success of many Earth traders. These multi-billionaires wanted more entertainment. Enter F-Zero. I'm not much of a racing gamer, but I have a soft spot for futuristic racers, like F-Zero. F-Zero practically created the subgenre of futuristic racers. This game can easily be picked up and played, but also has depth and is difficult to master. It's also the debut of Captain Falcon. He's become an iconic character thanks to Smash Bros., but F-Zero is where it all started. The game looks amazing for its time thanks to its pervasive use of the Mode 7 graphic rendering technique. F-Zero is an amazing game that's a little light on story, but its smooth gameplay and awesome graphics earned it spot 19 on my top 25. Number 18. Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat! I can't do it as well as the guy. Mortal Kombat 2 is the second game in the Mortal Kombat series, obviously, and improved drastically over the original. It also expanded the series' lore without telling you everything, allowing you to fill the gaps with your imagination, which is something a lot of games these days are missing. The fighting is smoother and faster. You can now crouch and attack, low and high kicks were added, and roundhouse kicks that smash your enemy across the screen like the uppercut before it. It also introduced new fatalities, including stage-specific ones like uppercutting your foe and some spikes. Also, babalities and friendships were added. Babalities are when you turn your enemy into a cute little baby version, and friendships are when you do something nice for them instead of murder them horrifically. While the Super Nintendo game isn't the definitive version of this game, that's going to be the arcade version, this game is amazing enough to be number 18 on my top 25 Super Nintendo games of all time. Number 17. Super Mario World 2. Yoshi's Island. The next two games on this list may be a bit controversial because some of you might think they should be ranked higher. The prequel to Super Mario World, Yoshi's Island, puts you in control of Yoshi as you try to guide Baby Mario to his captured brother, Baby Luigi. Yoshi is not the same dino you met in Super Mario World. He's learned some new tricks. Instead of just spitting out things from your mouth, you can now poop them out as eggs and chuck them at an angle, and they also bounce off walls. This game is also the debut of his Flutter Jump, which is carried over into other games like Super Smash Bros. This game is beautiful and one of the most creative platformers of all time. My only issue with the game is Baby Mario's annoying screech when he gets hit. It still haunts my dreams. Yoshi's Island is a fantastic game. However, I didn't play it until much later in life. I kind of missed the boat on it because it was a later Super Nintendo game. So it doesn't have that same nostalgia factor that a lot of other games might. So that leaves it at number 17 of my top 25 Super Nintendo games of all time. Number 16, Earthbound. Earthbound, also known as Mother 2 in Japan, is considered a must-play and a classic. You play as Ness. You know, Ness, he's also in Super Smash Bros. It seems to be a common theme recently. Ness is a young boy who joins 3 other kids named Paula, Jeff, and Pooh on their adventure. It's a traditional RPG game in many aspects. You fight turn-based battles against enemies and gain experience points. However, there aren't random encounters, and you save using telephones to call your dad, who also deposits money in your account after winning a battle that you can withdraw from any ATMs in the cities. Where the game is really unique is the story. You start the game by investigating a meteor crash. You find that an alien force has consumed the world in hatred and turned animals, humans, and objects into evil creatures. A bee from the future instructs Ness to collect melodies in a soundstone to stop the force. Not to spoil anything in the story, but your adventure gets pretty nutty, including battling piles of vomit and traveling back in time. Earthbound is a great game, but I do believe the game has become slightly overrated by its fandom. The battle mechanics are pretty simple, and the game has some technical issues. I'm obviously not an Earthbound fanatic like the majority of the internet, but I understand it is a great game, and its unique flavor sets it apart from other RPGs at the time. That's why it's my number 18 SNES game of all time. That's it for this week. Next week we'll tackle numbers 15 through 10. Do you agree with my placement of these games? I know some of you Earthbound fans are going to be a little upset. Let me know in the comments down below, and please subscribe if you want to see the rest of the list. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you next week.